Is that anxiety creeping in? Is that fear paralyzing you? Sometimes writing down all of those swirling thoughts can just really give you that release you need. Clear your mind so that you can shift your mood and get your focus back to whatever it is that you need to work on today. That act of writing, it makes us stop and try and articulate what it is that's really bothering us so much. Getting that clarity can really help you calm down and resize the problem from something that's really overwhelming and massive to something that's much more benign. Welcome to A Creative Odyssey. I'm Ryde. I'm a designer, an entrepreneur, and online educator obsessed with all things design, quilting, and creative business. Whether you're a seasoned quilter or you're just starting out, whether you're passionate about design and textiles, or whether you're a creative business geek who loves to nerd out on all the moving parts that go into making a creative business thrive, you are in the right place. I'm excited to share insights from my creative odyssey with you as I navigate design, creativity, and growing an online business on this journey as a creative entrepreneur. Are you ready to explore the possibilities of design and discover the world of creative business? It's time to embark on a creative odyssey. One of the biggest keys to success as an entrepreneur is consistency. That means showing up every day, doing what needs to be done to grow the business you want to run and build the life that you want to lead. So what do you do if you wake up and you feel like you just don't want to show up? What if today is a shitty day? Maybe you had a bad sleep the night before, maybe your coffee was cold, your favorite jumper got a hole in it, no one seems to be able to eat breakfast, brush their teeth, and get out the damn door. Nothing seems to be going right. Been there, my friend. Well, what do? Do you let your mood sabotage your whole day? Are the next 8 hours and all your well-laid plans to a write-off because things just got off to the wrong start? Or do you take control, take action, and get things back on track? In this short episode, I want to share 5 quick fixes that are going to get your day back on track. I know it's always hard to grit your teeth and do something when it seems like the last thing that is going to help. And while I'm the first to say that I don't always take my own advice, I have never regretted doing any of these because after the fact, I look back and think, yeah, that totally turned my day around, okay? Sure, we can hit some resistance sometimes, but pull up your socks, take a breath, and jump in. These 5 quick fixes are just that, quick, easy, and effective to turn your day around if it starts off on the wrong foot. And I want to say, let's just get past that initial eye roll, groan, hold your nose like you're eating broccoli if you need to, and just do it anyway. Without further ado, here are 5 quick fixes that will get your day or your week back on track when you hit that bump in the road and things just don't seem like they're going right. Number 1 is to move your body. Take a quick walk around the block, do a 15-minute exercise session online, stand up and stretch. Body and mind are intrinsically part of one another. Mood and exercise are inextricably linked. And I know it feels like you don't have time for this because, I can't go for a walk. That's just something that I do for pleasure. What would it look like if those 15 minutes revolutionized your day? What if those 15 minutes up front saved you 8 hours because you weren't in the right mood to get on with whatever else you needed to get on with? They turned things around. They gave you that pep you needed to get to the finish line today. Heck, it might even give you that next brilliant idea that's been, going around and around in your mind for the last couple of hours. It's going to put the final finishes on whatever it is that you've been worrying about. Put it this way, you don't have time not to go and take that walk. Get your endorphins going, get some fresh air, get the blood pumping. It's time to change your mood with movement. All right, fix number 2 is to put on some music. Music has this incredible power to change your mood instantly. Think about the way that music is used in film, in movies, in TV shows. It really gets you into that particular emotional state, right? Whether that's fear or sadness or hope or joy, leverage that power of sound, the way that vibrations work on your body to shift your mood as well. Here is one of my favorite mood enhancers. I'm going to link to that in the show notes or in the description below this. This is one of those things that also helps you hit up number 1 for fix, like move your body, get up and dance around to this. This is an incredible soundtrack that helps me really, like I'm smiling just thinking about it. It's a wonderful soundtrack to just get some energy up, get the blood pumping, and change your mood instantly. I am also a really huge fan of using sound wave tracks for all kinds of tasks, whether that's deep focus work, getting things done, energy type of tracks, big picture contemplative type of thinking. Even creating this podcast episode itself, I was listening to some music to enhance my concentration and flow. And that's something that I've been doing consistently since my university days, I think. I'd put on a Global Underground double CD, shout out to any 90s ravers who remember Paul Oakenfold, Danny Tenanalia, and all of the rest of those guys. I would get straight into my books with those, pumping through my headphones. Just when it feels like everything is hopeless, some really good banging music can shake you out of your funk. My favorites really are dancing your heart out, deep focus concentration, and really finding those tracks that light you up. Maybe your style of music is very different to mine. That's totally fine. Find whatever it is that lights you up in terms of music, that gets your blood pumping, that gets you moving, that gets your mood changed. I think it's really important to do that. Fix number 3, write it out. Is that anxiety creeping in? Is that fear paralyzing you? Sometimes writing down all of those swirling thoughts can just really give you that release you need. Clear your mind so that you can shift your mood and get your focus back to whatever it is that you need to work on today. That act of writing, it makes us stop and try and articulate what it is that's really bothering us so much. That stuff that we keep distracting ourselves with. Getting that clarity can really help you calm down and resize the problem from something that's really overwhelming and massive to something that's much more benign. Getting it down on paper. Breathe in, breathe out, write it down, get it out of there. Some great questions that I like to answer are 1, what is making me anxious? Like, write it down, be specific. What is it that's making you anxious? Because sometimes when we feel like we're all a bit of a jitter and things aren't going right, it's just because there's something going on that we just need to articulate to ourselves. Number 2, what has caused me pain and how? Like, we don't have to go into the deepest Freudian depths of our mind here, but what is something that's really bothering you right now and how has it started bothering you? What is that thing? Try and articulate it. Get it down on paper. And number 3, this is also helpful too. What is exciting me? Flip that around a little bit. What's really exciting to me? Tap back into those positive energies that you've got. Tap back into those things that are driving you forward as well. I want to give some credit to the School of Life here for these questions here. They are super powerful when you just need to stop, drop, write it out, and get it out there. All right. Fix number 4 is a really super simple one. This is to stop and breathe. We really work ourselves into a frenzy sometimes, forgetting that it's us who are in control of our reactions and our thoughts. Just take that moment to stop what you're doing, count to 10 if you like, take a big breath in, let a big breath out, and do it a few times until you feel calmer and more in control. This is a technique that I borrow from Dr. Laura Markham when my kids are pushing all my buttons. Stop, drop, and breathe. So don't forget, you are in control of your thoughts. You are in control of your reactions. It's not the other way around. And one way to regain that control is just to stop and breathe. So try it next time that everything feels like it's a little bit too much or things aren't going your right way. And finally, the 5th fix here, number 5, is when in doubt, create. Get out a sketchbook and a pencil. Get your pens, your paints, some scrap fabrics, whatever it is. Take that time to create, to make something without any expectation, without any outcome or goal or without a purpose, just for that act of creating itself. Reconnecting your brain with your hands in this way, it really reminds us that we have that power to shape things, to create things, to make them, to move, to shift. This is that really powerful way to switch off some parts of your analytical brain, tune into your intuition, shift your mood, get making. And here is a bonus quick fix for you as well. This is a bonus one here. It might be the most restorative, and that is sleep. That's right. Take a nap. Put 20 minutes on a timer. Lie or sit somewhere comfortable, and most importantly, let go of that guilt that you are somehow cheating everybody else by taking 20 minutes to literally recharge yourself. It's totally doable. It's totally allowable. Okay? You're allowed 20 minutes just to put a timeout on everything and say, I need 20 minutes here just to reset, recharge. Brené Brown really says it best. She describes that feeling we get when we see others doing something like napping. When I see my husband napping on the couch, I get so mad. It's not at him because he's sleeping. It's because I resent that he can so easily do something that I don't permit myself to do. That's the reason for my resentment. Let that go. That resentment, the guilt, the everything, just let it go for 20 minutes. It's just 20 minutes. The world is not going to fall apart if you take 20 minutes out, lie down on the couch, put your hand over your eyes, and just be still. It's only 20 minutes. Give yourself a pass. Remember, it might just be that, the world at large out there, they don't even notice that you're not paying attention for those 20 minutes. Imagine that. Things are not going to fall apart if you stop for 20 minutes. Just try it and see what happens. Protecting your consistency as an entrepreneur is paramount to continuing to build the momentum you need as you grow your business. Taking that time to rest and recharge is imperative to avoid things like burnout, that point where you come to where you just like, I'm not even interested in doing this anymore. There's just this stress and this hardness and this mountain that I feel like I have to climb every time. Before you get to that point, just make sure that you are taking a little bit of time out for yourself. Use these techniques here, these 5 quick fixes that I really hope will help you next time you feel overwhelmed. Just to recap, those are number 1, to really just move your body around. You can even just stand up and shake, get that energy changed, get those endorphins going. Step number 2 is put on some music. You can even combine number 1 and number 2. Move your body to some music. Step number 3 is to write it out. If you're feeling anxious, if something's swirling around in your mind, take those 5 minutes just to write it down on paper. Step number 4 is to stop and breathe. It's not an emergency. It's not an emergency. Take that time to take a breath and then get back to where you were. And number 5 is, when in doubt, create. Get out a sketchbook, no expectations, draw something, paint something, sew something, whatever it is, just create. It was always such an incredible release from that swirling feeling that we get sometimes. All right, I hope these 5 quick fixes are going to help you the next time you feel overwhelmed or like the day just isn't going quite right. Taking that time to reset can be the difference between a single hour in a mood that makes you want to scream or a whole day where you feel like you're just battling uphill. Take that 20 minutes just to reset. It's going to set you up for the rest of the day in a much better frame of mind. Remember that you are in control. You are in control of your thoughts and your actions. You're in control of your emotions and your mood. You can take action to change your mood and thereby change that trajectory of your entire day, maybe even the trajectory of those around you as well. Take responsibility, take control, take a nap. And I will see you next time for another short episode here on A Creative Odyssey. In the meantime, stay curious, keep creating, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of A Creative Odyssey. For all of the show notes, including any of the links that I mentioned, head to aliryde.com/podcast. And wherever you're listening, make sure you like and subscribe so you'll be sure not to miss out on any episodes. If you got value from this episode here today, make sure you share this with someone who'll be sure to enjoy this too. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.